Welcome to Brunei, a tiny but immensely wealthy nation nestled on the island of Borneo in Southeast Asia. At the heart of this wealth is Istana Nurul Iman, the Sultan's palace, which holds the Guinness World Record for being the largest residential palace in the world. Behind this grandeur lies a story of immense wealth concentrated in the hands of one man and his family. Sultan Hassanal Bolkiah, one of the richest men in the world, who has been ruling Brunei since 1967. He became the longest reigning monarch upon the death of Elizabeth II. But behind this glittering facade lies a fascinating and controversial story. Have you ever wondered what it's like to rule a country where you hold absolute power? What if I told you that the Sultan of Brunei controls not just the wealth, but also the lives of over 400,000 citizens? How does one family hold such power and wealth? And what does this mean for the people of Brunei? Let's dive into the luxury, power, and secrecy of Brunei's monarchy to uncover these secrets. Let's start with the Sultan himself, Hassanal Bolkiah. With a net worth estimated at a staggering $30 billion, he's not just wealthy, he's mega rich. He has a collection of over 7,000 cars, including some of the most expensive and rarest vehicles in the world. His garage includes hundreds of Rolls-Royces, Ferraris, and Bentleys, making it the largest private car collection globally. His passion for automobiles is so well known that he even has a gold-plated Rolls-Royce, which he uses for special occasions. And then there's Istana Nurul Iman, a palace that spans over 2 million square feet. It boasts 1,788 rooms, 257 bathrooms, a banquet hall that can accommodate up to 5,000 guests, and even an air-conditioned stable for the Sultan's prized polo ponies. It's a level of luxury that's hard to even imagine. The sheer scale and grandeur of Istana Nurul Iman are enough to make Buckingham Palace look modest in comparison. Then there's the Sultan's private fleet of aircraft. His collection includes a Boeing 747, which he uses as a personal flying palace, complete with a bedroom, living room, and bathroom, all adorned with gold fittings. Can you imagine flying in such opulence? And let's not forget his harem, a controversial aspect of his personal life. The Sultan is known to have had a number of wives and consorts over the years who were reportedly lavishly compensated for their companionship. Hassanal Bolkiah's brother, Prince Jeffrey Bolkiah, is equally notorious for his spending sprees. Known for his extravagant lifestyle, Prince Jeffrey has spent billions on luxuries. His assets once included a yacht named Tits, complete with tenders named Nipple 1 and Nipple 2. Now, you might be wondering how Sultan Hassanal Bolkiah accumulated such immense wealth. The answer lies in a combination of strategic natural resources, political power, and historical legacy. Brunei is extraordinarily rich in oil and natural gas. When Sultan Hassanal Bolkiah ascended to the throne in 1967, he inherited not only the leadership of the country, but also control over its vast energy reserves. These resources have been the primary driver of Brunei's wealth. As the chairman of the Brunei Investment Agency, the Sultan oversees the management of the nation's revenues from oil and gas. This agency has helped transform the income from natural resources into a robust financial foundation, bolstering both the national economy and the Sultan's personal wealth. The Sultan's role as an absolute monarch has further cemented his financial status. Unlike many modern monarchies, Sultan Hassanal Bolkiah retains significant executive power. He's not just a ceremonial figurehead, but holds multiple key governmental roles, including Prime Minister, Minister of Finance, and Head of the Armed Forces. This concentration of power has allowed him to direct the nation's wealth and policies in ways that preserve and enhance his own financial standing. In addition to his control over oil revenues, the Sultan has diversified his wealth through various investments. During the oil boom in the 1970s, Brunei's government invested heavily in foreign markets, diversifying its portfolio to mitigate risks and ensure long-term prosperity. The Brunei Investment Agency, tasked with managing the country's vast reserves, embarked on a global shopping spree, acquiring prime real estate, stocks, bonds, and other assets in major financial hubs around the world. One notable investment was the purchase of cattle stations in Australia, which supplied a significant portion of Brunei's beef consumption. At one point, these stations covered an area larger than the entire country of Brunei itself. Despite his wealth and luxury, the Sultan has also focused on maintaining political stability and high living standards for Brunei's citizens. Brunei offers free healthcare and education, heavily subsidized housing, and no personal income tax, funded by the nation's oil revenues. Moreover, while corruption levels are relatively low compared to other countries in the region, there are concerns about the lack of aggressive economic reforms. IMF has praised Brunei for its fiscal reforms, but noted that much of the country's excess revenue is held overseas rather than being invested in domestic development. Well, these benefits have helped maintain public support for his rule, even as he implements strict Sharia law, which has attracted international criticism for its severe penalties. However, Sultan Hassanal Bolkiah's reign has not been without challenges and controversies. His absolute control has faced criticism, particularly concerning human rights issues and the implementation of Sharia laws. These laws have been condemned for their severe and inhumane punishments, which include death by stoning for adultery and same-sex relations, amputation of limbs for theft, and whipping for various other offenses. These penalties apply to both Muslims and non-Muslims, including children and foreigners. The international community, including human rights organizations like Human Rights Watch and Amnesty International, has fiercely opposed these laws, arguing that they violate numerous fundamental human rights. Additionally, his brother, Prince Jeffrey Bolkiah, has been embroiled in scandals and legal issues related to mismanagement and lavish spending, which have occasionally brought negative attention to the royal family. The enactment of these laws has sparked widespread outrage globally. Numerous countries, human rights organizations, and public figures have called for their repeal. For instance, the United Nations and various Western nations, including the United States and the United Kingdom, have urged Brunei to suspend the laws and align its legal practices with international human rights standards. Celebrities such as George Clooney and Elton John have also been vocal in their condemnation, leading boycotts against luxury hotels owned by the Sultan of Brunei to protest these draconian measures. Despite these calls, public criticism within Brunei remains rare due to the Sultan's absolute power and the highly restrictive political environment. Moreover, the government maintains tight control over the media, and any criticism of the Sultan or the ruling family is strictly prohibited. Criticism of the Sultan or the government can result in severe penalties. This has created an atmosphere where dissent is virtually non-existent. Also, there is no effective political opposition in Brunei. The country has not held a general election since it gained independence from Britain in 1984. The Legislative Council, the country's parliament, is appointed by the Sultan and lacks any real power. This combination of draconian laws and suppression of dissent paints a grim picture of the human rights situation in Brunei. Well, these laws shouldn't be applied to non-Muslims. What do you think? Share your thoughts and comments. And if you enjoyed the video, why not hit that subscribe button? We have plenty more captivating content on everything from fascinating economies to geopolitics. Thanks for watching.